Good morning, everybody. It might not be morning for you, but it's morning for me. Today was yesterday actually. We spent the night out here mainly to train the two young babies over there on camp etiquette, what to do in camp. We loaded up yesterday afternoon, mid-morning actually, and just took a short walk over to the national forest here, set up camp. And this is my spike camp. This is what I use whenever I do progressive uh, camping pack trips, progressive pack trips. Try and keep it as simple as possible. The camp is set up. The materials I've used for the shelter is a 10 by 12 tarp. I prefer if just using ponchos, but whenever you have pack goats, you have a bunch of saddles and panniers and everything that you need to take care of. And in addition to that, that 10 by 12 is big enough. If it's inclement weather, I can put that 10 by 12 up and put goats underneath it. I'm an advocate and I love ponchos and former military. So ponchos are an essential part of my gear. So I always travel with two ponchos, and I have a Schwagman that I use as a light summer pack. I mean, it's a light summer sleeping bag. And so in my tent, my shelter, I have all my gear. I can put all my gear in here, panniards, saddles in the back there. This is my bed. This is what's nice about having the pack goats. Also use my spear as a to prop up take out the slack in this big old tarp. Huge. I can't work. Just being inadequate. So the main thing about teaching your baby goats is not to jump on the tent. I don't know what it is with goats, especially babies. They love to jump on the tents. It was a pretty cold night last night. It's still kind of cold. Out right now, the sun's coming up. It is warming up, but I still have my winter coat on. It got down to low 30s. I slept very well. In fact, I was a little bit too warm. And so this is the plow point, but I use two plow points. I use my other poncho here. Gives me more of a wall. I keep a gap there so that any smoke comes in. The two baby goats, they like to sleep with me. That's part of the training that I give them with the imprinting, is they live in the house with me, so they didn't understand very well that they couldn't come in. And what I do for a backrest is I take my sawbuck saddles, put one laying down vertically like that, horizontally. Then I put another one up vertically, throw one of my pillows in. And this is a new thing for me. I have never packed pillows in my 27 years of guiding. I never took a pillow in for myself. I never had a pillow, but by golly, now I'm now that I'm 60 years old, I kind of like my pillows. In fact, I have to have more pillows. More pillows under there. 2 pillows and a neck pillow. Hi, Scout. Say hi, Scout. Yeah, look at that handsome face. Scout is a working dog. Kelpie. He never takes his eyes off the goats. See him over there. That's all he'll do is watch them. Watch the goats. This is what it looks like from inside here. Got my first cup of coffee going. Almost gone. And this is me chilling with a backrest. You have a bad back, yeah, you need a backrest out here. So this little setup here, my spike camp, works really well. If this were a long-term camp, something that I call all my camps knockdown camps, because I build the things that I need in order to be able to break them down and put them away, like tripods and bipods or anything of that nature. That way, whenever I come back to that same spot, I can just erect the tripods, bipods, and anything else I need, and create a really nice camp. But like I said, this is my spike camp for whenever I'm doing progressive pack trips. It just did an overnighter. Nothing really to talk about last night, so didn't feel like filming, setting up the camp, or anything of that nature. Just wanted to hunker down and chill out. And now I'm chilled, literally. And making this stupid little video. My little camp here. It's such a nice place. We're at the foothills of the HDs. And I don't have a whole lot to talk about as far as that goes. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that might end up having to live like this all the time with the craziness of this world. So get prepared, be prepared, have knowledge, because you never know. There's no promises for tomorrow. So you don't know tomorrow that the electric is going to be on, electricity is going to be working. You don't know any of these things. We don't know. Today's a gift. Tomorrow will take care of itself tomorrow. But you have to be prepared for tomorrow. So, with that being said, get out there, practice your skills. You know, this was practice for me. It was training for the baby goats. They ended up sleeping with me last night. I objected, but they're so used to it. They just snuggled in, and they weren't too much of a problem, so I let them. But practice, practice, practice. You know, this is basically my backyard. I'm only maybe a mile from the house. If I need anything, forgot anything, I'd much rather find out a mile from the house than 10 miles from the house. So this was just a practice run for an overnighter. So the practice will start here again, and that'll be tearing down camp. And I'm going to time it, see how long it takes, so that I have a better gauge on whenever I'm up in the back country, how long it's going to take to build and tear down my camp. It only took me a half hour to build it, but it's going to take me a lot longer to put it back together, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So that's something you need to know. And then pack it all into the panniers and get the goats ready and saddled, and get them all packed up with the panniers. Make sure the loads are nice and even and balanced. This pretty much goes without saying that if you want a balanced load, you're going to need a good scale. And I use just a fish scale is all I need for the goats. It's a 50 up to 50, 55 pounds. I'll never have one panniard weigh that much. So just a good fish scale. I don't like anything with batteries. You want something that has a nice hook. Let me see if I can't pull it out here. Wasn't thinking about it. Wasn't planning on talking about it, but since I am, I might as well show you. So this is the fish scale I use. It's marked in metric and standard. Trash is coming out with that, but that's okay. So with that, we'll get all packed up, weigh everything out. Everything's going to be different because I've eaten food, I've drank water. So you got to balance all that out whenever you drink water out of water bottles. Here I have to pack the water because there's just not much water in this area. There's a couple tanks down the way here, but that's not good enough for me to drink from. And like I said, it was just an overnighter. I didn't bring all my water purification tablets or filters or anything of that nature. And I can make some, but lack sand here. We got charcoal and whatever. I'm ranting. Look at these fellas. They're so happy out here. Great. Sucking up the sun. Warming up. It was a cold night. All right, everybody. Stupid little video. From stupid little me. But I hope it was informative. So learn how to do a plow point. These plow points are just awesome. I gave up tents a long time ago. And canvas tarps or oiled tarps or just synthetic tarps, whatever. Plow point's the way to go. Quick, easy, 3/4 stakes. Tie it off. Yeah, tie it off and listen to the music. All right. Well, all I can say is get a go and practice your skills. Some of the channels I like to watch for bushcraft is Corporal's Corner. coal cracker, ranger survival skills, Dave Canterbury. And it's fun to watch what they do. They have a lot of knowledge. My skills for bushcraft are kind of slim. I'm good at survivalist. I'm good at that, but I've never been worried about comfort. Now that I'm 60 years old, I want a little more comfort. So learning these skills are really helpful. All right, everybody. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the weather wherever you are. Get a goat and go. All I can say is get a goat and go and happy trails. Later.